learning Chapter 4, Birds. In this chapter, we're going to learn about the features of birds, their body, feathers, claw and beak, the sounds they make, their nests, if they're on ground or on the trees, and migrating birds. Here's a warm-up. Birds are amazing creatures. When you look out of your balcony, you can see some types of birds. Do you know what is special about birds? Can you say if an animal is a bird or not? Yes, you can, because birds are very different from other animals. A bird is a warm-blooded vertebrate and its body is covered with feathers. A bird also lays eggs. You know what? Most birds can fly. This special ability makes birds different from other animals. Besides birds, which other creature can fly? Some birds like ostrich, emu and kiwi cannot fly. Some birds are nocturnal. This means that these birds are awake during the night and sleep throughout the day. Different types of birds look different, but these birds have some common features. Body. A bird's body may be divided into 3 parts: head, trunk and tail. They stand on a pair of legs and have wings. They have claws on their feet for a good grip. Their mouth is called a beak and birds do not have any teeth. A bird's body is covered with feathers. Wings and tails have long feathers. These feathers help the bird to fly. Birds are generally light in weight. Their bones are hollow and light. Such bones help them fly very easily. A bird's body is covered with feathers. One can see 3 types of feathers on a bird's body. They are down feathers. They are short and soft. They lie next to or close to the body. They help the body to remain warm. Body feathers cover the whole body and give shape to the body. Wing or flight feathers. They are present on the wings or tail. They help the bird to fly and to help change the direction of flight. Let's explore. The falcon is the fastest bird in the world. Emu, kiwi and penguin are a few flightless birds. The largest or the biggest bird is the ostrich, whereas the smallest bird is the hummingbird. Owl is a nocturnal bird which sleeps during the day and is awake at night. A bird's mouth is called a beak. It uses the beak to eat. It also uses the beak to clean themselves. This act of cleaning and smoothing the feathers is called as preening. The beak is also used by the birds to make their nests. The shape of the beak depends upon the kind of food the bird eats. A parrot's beak is shaped like a hook because it uses it to break open nuts. The warbler has a beak which looks like a tweezer. It can easily hold the tiny seeds and insects while flying. Robins, sparrows and pigeons have beaks that are short, strong and hard, thick and cone-shaped. This helps the bird to open seeds. The hummingbird and sunbird have beaks that look like a straw. These long, pointed beaks help the bird to suck nectar from the flowers. Woodpecker and a hoopoe have a chisel-shaped beak. They help the bird to make holes in the tree trunk and pick out insects. The great blue heron has a sharp beak. It uses its beak as a spear to grab fish, snakes and frogs. Some water birds like duck, geese and crane have broad and flat beaks with holes on either side. Such beaks are called as bills. The beak acts as a strainer. The bird scoops up muddy water into its beak. The water is drained out from the holes, leaving behind insects, worms, and small fish for the birds to eat. The roseate spoonbill has a bill like a spoon. The bird shakes the water back and forth to find its food. The vulture, eagle, and hawk and other flesh-eating birds have a strong, sharp and hooked beak, which helps them to tear the flesh of small birds and eat animals like rats, sheep, and rabbit. The birds that hunt other animals for food are also called birds of prey. Here's a tidbit. Pelicans have big scooping bills. They can carry up to 11 liters of water in their pouch. All birds have 2 feet on which they stand, walk or hop around and hold their food. Each foot has 4 toes and a claw at the end. 3 toes point forwards and 1 toe points backwards. Different birds have different types of feet. Pigeons, sparrows, parrots perch on tree branches. They have toes that move independently and help the bird to get a good grip on the branches. Peacocks and hens have sharp claws to dig the ground for food. Birds of prey like eagles and vultures have big, sharp claws called talons. They help the bird to hold and carry their prey. Woodpeckers have 2 claws that point forward and 2 backwards. These claws help the bird to climb up the trees. Ducks and geese have webbed feet. The toes are attached to each other by the skin. These birds use the webbed feet as paddles to swim. Waddling birds like storks or herons have long legs with toes that are spread out so they can move easily in the shallow water. Birds have a tongue which they use to make sounds. Every bird makes a different type of sound. We can identify birds by the sounds they make. Parrots and parakeets are special because they can copy human sounds and talk like us. Nightingales, cuckoos, skylarks and manas make sweet sounds. Homes of birds are called as nests. Birds lay their eggs in the nest. They stay in the nest till their chicks are old enough to fly and find food on their own. Birds make their nests with twigs, cotton, straws, leaves, etc. They make their nests on trees or in balconies and in any place where their nest is safe from predators and bad weather. Penguins make their nest using pebbles. Woodpeckers use their beaks to make holes in tree trunks. They live in these holes. Weaver birds use leaves, grass and twigs to build their nest. This nest has a narrow tunnel-like opening at the bottom. The birds use this opening to enter the nest. Here's a science top-up for you. The cuckoo does not make a nest of its own. It searches for a nest in which it finds eggs. She pushes the eggs out and lays her own eggs in that nest. The foster parents feeds the baby cuckoos, thinking that they are their own chicks. Some birds travel very long distances in search of good weather and raise their young ones. In winter, they fly from cold areas to warm places, and in summer, they fly back. This process is called as migration. The birds that migrate are called as migratory birds. Siberian cranes travel all the way from Siberia to India, as in winters it gets too cold and in summer they fly back to Siberia. Did you know the Arctic tern makes the longest migration? It flies all the way from the Arctic North Pole to the Antarctica South Pole. You have just read how some birds migrate during winter. Why do you think birds cannot live in their homes throughout the year? During winter, some areas like Siberia become too cold to live in. The temperatures there reach up to -50 degrees. At low temperatures, birds do not find any fruit or seed or insects to eat. Birds also prefer to raise their young ones in warm areas. Insects, fish, and small animals are easily available in these areas, so it is easy for parents to feed their young ones. When the season changes, birds take their young ones and fly back to their homes. Here's the glossary of the chapter. Nocturnal animals are those which sleep during the day and are awake at night. Perch is a place where the bird sits. Wade is to walk through water. Predators are animals that hunt, kill, and eat other animals. Here's the mind map. There are 4 features of birds: body, feathers, beak, and feet. The body is divided into 3 parts: the head, body, and tail. The feathers again are divided into 3: down, body, and flight. Birds make sweet and special sounds. They live in their own nests. Birds also migrate, and these birds which migrate are called as migratory birds.